Welcome to being Sean Gibson Show, BSG.
Hello, BSG fighters. Welcome back to another episode. This is season 6, episode 13, featuring Elena Volkova from Portugal, a podcast producer and editor. As intended, I am going to transform your mind into a strong and positive mind. Before I dive into today's topic, I'd like all of you to know that my TikTok and YouTube community are different from my podcast community, so check out my videos on these platforms. Welcome, Elena.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Oh, great. It's winter in Portugal starting.
Oh, wow. Already?
Well, it feels like it.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Well, I do podcasts. I love it. And what I love the most about it is I love to take complicated topics like business or finance, turn it to captivating stories like Netflix stories about people struggling with finance.
That's interesting. I love that you love animals too.
Yeah, I do.
Today's topic is titled Human Connection to Animals. But before we dive into our topic of discussion, I'll be sharing some top rules which are inspired by Alexander the Great. He was one of the greatest military leaders of all time, born in 356 BC. Number 1 on the list is there is nothing impossible to him who tries. And number 2, with the right attitude, self-imposed limitations vanish. So now let's dive into our topic of discussion, human connection to animals. Elena, what do you love about animals?
It's very difficult to understand somebody who is not like you. It's difficult to understand somebody who is different nationality or different reality, different gender. But animals, learning to understand them, you go beyond your limits.
Why do you think some people are afraid of animals? Even domestic animals like dogs, cats.
Actually, I used to be afraid of dogs, and I still really afraid of cockroaches and snails. Now I'm not afraid of dogs because I learned a lot about them. I understand them better. I understand their behavior. So in my experience, fear appears from lack of knowledge.
That's very deep.
So you don't understand them and they're scary.
I relate to what you're saying 100%. I was just waiting for you to say the words, a lack of knowledge, because I was also afraid of dogs, very much afraid
Oh,
of
really?
dogs. Yes, I was, because my mom was afraid of dogs and her fear became my fear. But when I moved to France and I saw like so many people have pets, you have to get used to it because whenever you go out, you will meet a dog, whether the person who owns the dog is holding the dog or is not holding the dog. So I was like, I really have to change my attitude towards dogs and cats in general. I started to read and learn about them. There was a time where a dog was literally barking at me. It wanted to attack me. And when I came back, instead of being so fearful about that situation, calling in and saying that I don't want to touch any dog anymore, I rather went online to research. So why are some dogs aggressive? Why do they behave the way they behave? And what can I do in that situation? So what difference does your love for animals make in your life?
Well, I learned from them a lot. Actually, it's a huge topic for me because first is the best thing you can learn from animals is how to feel and respect and have personal boundaries.
Oh, wow. Can you tell me more about that? Tell me more about the personal boundaries.
So basically, humans live in a world of rules and we often suppress our feelings or we feel obligated to accept something we don't like. And animals don't do that. When you do something they don't like, they at first show you that they are not really into it. And they got more and more defensive as you ignore the signals. When you're a person who doesn't understand the signals, like stop signals, if it's an animal, they won't just ignore that and try to be nice. If you continue cross the boundaries, they would just bite you.
That's true.
Another learning, actually, I have one video about animals that completely changed my life. It was educational for me. It was a video of leopards hunting. So imagine there is a huge huge group of leopards and they want to catch a giraffe. I might be mistaken about giraffe, maybe not giraffe. But so they decide one of the leopards hiding and others move this giraffe towards this hideout. The giraffe already moving towards the hideout. It's starting to run. It's scared. It's running towards the hideout. It jumps. Leopard jumps too and leopard misses and giraffe runs away. And then happens something that was really, really important for me. There was no guilt on leopard's face. There was no, oh my god, I let all the group down, or maybe I'm a bad leopard. And others leopards didn't stand around asking, what the hell? We did so much work and you just miss it. Nothing of that. I mean, it would be all human behavior. But at that moment, leopards all were like, okay, next giraffe. I really want to get this quality. Like, I pursue my goals. Sometimes it don't work. And I should tell myself, okay, not this goal, next one.
No, but that's so beautiful. I love the analogy you use. Oh my God, like this is so deep. There's so much anyone listening right now can learn from this. Oh wow, thank you so much for sharing that. One of the things that also made a difference in my life was when I got closer to animals, the feeling of fear, it started vanishing. I became less fearful than I was in the past. And I also started having some sense of connection to the world and connection to nature. Just loving them in general, I don't know, it gives a different feeling and there's so much to learn from animals. I love what she said, to be honest. So tell me one of your best moments with an animal.
That would be a story. I had a vacation with my friends in Turkey and we went to ancient city Olympia. It's like ruins of Greek city and they have tombs, graves carved in stones. And there are cats who live in these tombs. It's basically a stone box with some holes in it. So very good hideout for cat. And one of the cat came out of this tomb. She came to me. I sat down to pet her and she took my face, like put her paws on my cheeks and looked into my face.
Oh my God.
And at this moment, I felt chosen.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Why do we have similar experience? I have my own apartment and my family is away from me. So there was a time, like a difficult time in my life. On one particular day, I was walking slowly back to my apartment. And while I was walking back, I was feeling very burdened. And a cat just came out of the house. It came in between the walls and it just came closer to me. And I just stood hugging me. When I left and as I was leaving, I didn't feel the burden anymore. And I literally cried and I was feeling like I'm chosen. I felt like I wasn't alone because even though humans were not showing up for me at that time, you know, a cat came and showed up for me. I'll say it gave me that human touch, that human care that I wasn't getting. Yes.
And also at the moments like that, I don't know about you, I guess you too feel like a touch of another reality.
I did. I promise you I did.
Are you ready for the comfort break question? Comfort break question.
The comfort break question for today is, who is your celebrity lookalike?
Oh, I don't know.
When I look at you, maybe I could see a little bit of Katy Perry.
Oh,
Do you know Katy Perry?
I love that. I take it. Okay, now I will say that.
And I look like, I don't know if you know Tiana Taylor.
No.
Tiana Taylor is a musician and I have a story. I went to another city in France, Bordeaux, and then I was just walking on the streets and a girl just came at me and she was screaming. She was like, Tiana Taylor, Tiana Taylor. I was lost because my name is Sharon. Why are you calling me Tiana Taylor? I mean, I know so many people have sent me pictures saying I look like her, but that was very dramatic. And the girl was like, oh, you look so much like Tiana Taylor. Next time somebody comes to you like that, you should sign an autograph and all that. It was just so creepy for me. But yeah, I feel like all of us have a double ganga. I don't know if you feel that way too.
Well, I guess not, but my course mates at art college called me Volkova sometimes for Russian ballerina, who is famous in Russia. Yeah, but it's mostly because of my last name and because I was always in the middle of some events.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Probably because I also dance, but it's not like face.
I feel you. Okay, so now we're moving back to our questions. What should people with the fear of animals do to let go of their fear? I think we've already answered this question.
Yeah, learn, read, and learn again.
Just learn, retry, and you should approach the animal. If you're afraid, like try to get to know the animal, get close to the animal, change your feelings, how you feel about animals, watch a lot of videos. Even when they're coming at you, sometimes they're not coming at you because they want to attack you, but they're coming at you because they want to play with you.
You need to learn the science first, because, for example, if you move toward it and they don't move to you or take the pose to side of you, that means they don't want it, so you shouldn't approach them.
What knowledge could you pass on to someone who just got a new pet or started loving animals just like myself?
I would say that the best advice I have is that you shouldn't think that animals think like you, that they have different logic than humans. For example, they don't understand punishment. They have maybe hierarchy, but it's absolutely not what humans think hierarchy is. So like all these ideas of deserving things, punishing or explaining, it doesn't work on animals because they have different mind, different ethical system, if I can say so. The best idea is not to put your understanding of world and not to expect animal to have the same understanding of world.
That's good. That's a good one. So before you go, can you please share any life lesson you live by?
A lesson about risk, how I react to risky situations. There is another YouTube video which affected me, and it's with a girl who's making video, and what she doesn't see is that the bear chasing her. So probably when she was already down the mountain, she saw this video and saw that all her way there was a huge bear chasing her and trying to catch her. And for me, it's my metaphor how I react to risk. You never know how big the bear is behind you. So if the situation looks dangerous and you do nothing and everything was fine, you just don't know what you escaped. And sometimes it's very important when, for example, you try to escape something, you try to make decisions to avoid some risks, and other people around you say something, why you play safe, why you do that, but you just don't know what kind of bear were behind you, and you don't know what didn't happen.
So take risk.
Well, I do take risks, but also buy insurance.
Okay.
Yes, so insurance, savings, plan B.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Elena.
I really enjoyed it, and I love what you had told about your experience. It made my day. It was a really nice thing for me.
Oh, thank you. Before we leave, I will be going over the top rules inspired by Alexander the Great. Number 1, there is nothing impossible to him who will try. That means that keep trying whatever you want to do, whatever dream you have, it is possible for you. You can achieve anything you put your mind to as long as you're sure that is what you want and you never give up. Number 2, with the right attitude, self-imposed limitation vanishes. Don't limit yourself. There's so much you can do. We as human beings, we're capable of so much more than we can ever imagine. So keep dreaming and have the right attitude. Kindly leave a 5-star review if you enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for listening. I love you as much as you love yourself. Until next episode, bye.
You have got a strong